What have I done with my headband now? Are you joking? Got it. Ah. Why is there a stripe here? Boo. Hello and welcome back to How to Head. I'm doing more makeup stuff because this is another thing that I do now. Today I'm going to try and do some sort of watercolour effect. My younger sister is actually a very talented makeup artist and she did a look like this for her first graded unit in college many years ago. Unfortunately, she's not here, so I'm gonna have to just try and do something myself. I'm not gonna go crazy with it. I see a lot of the stuff on YouTube has like tears. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, with it all running down their face, like so. I'll show you now. But I don't really want to do that because I'm going to film another video after this, hopefully, where I do a watercolour based crafting with cocktails. So I want it to be watercolour but not, you know, like crazy tears down my face. So I'm going to just make it up as I go along because that's what I do. So let's get started. Stop talking because your videos are all too long. Okay, I'm just going to take these glasses off would be a good start. Ooh, blind. Okay, primer first. Foundation now. Concealer now. Right, yay, I get to contour this time. But not going to do too much dark because I feel, maybe I will. I feel like the eyes are meant to look really light and white so that when you paint the colours on it's like, bah! But then maybe having the dark around it makes the light seem lighter. Let's just do it. Okay, there we go, that'll do. You know it's going to be a good makeup video when the person tells me it says, yeah, that'll do, whatever. Oh, now we do the eyes, which is where all the magic's going to happen. I'm going to conceal first. I think I have really oily eyelids, so I think if I conceal first and put a powder on and then just sort of set that, then what I'm going to do is put concealer on in a sort of pattern where I want the colour to stick. Particularly because I'm using these Makeup Academy palettes, which are, I mean, they're not great, it's not super strong, so, but they are the only bright colours that I have. So I feel like if I put the concealer on first, it will help bring out the pigment, as it were. But I think we need to like seal it all off first with just concealer or powder, so I'm going to do that. Okay, now I need to look at watercolour makeup pictures on Pinterest and see, or just even watercolour paintings and see what the sort of patterns look like. So I remember the really great thing about my sister's one that she did is that she really got the detail in watercolour where it's really sort of wishy-washy, but there's always like one sort of defined line, usually at the edge, where the colour has sort of run to the edge and got darker. That's really hard to do. I'm probably not going to do that. Okay, after that tiny bit of research, I've decided to just wing it. So basically, I'm going to cover this bit of the eye and then do like a sort of pattern. I feel like this is going to be bad, but let's. Now I have a sort of paint-like shape, like a paint splatter on this eye. I'm gonna just go ahead and start adding colour on it before it dries in. Probably should have looked at a brush first. Let's do light blue first. I feel that's sort of watercolour. You don't really want to be too dark. Let's do it down here. These pigments are rubbish. So that's the light blue. Do a slightly sort of more pigmented blue down here. And the thing is, it doesn't really have to be all that neat because watercolour is sort of wishy-washy anyway. And then it feels quite natural to sort of blend that blue into a green. I'm gonna put some of the blue up here as well, actually. I'm gonna run out of brushes very quickly. Greens. Okay, at least the green is going on a little bit better. I don't know if it's the brush or the pigment or what, but it's going on a little better. It's also kind of metallic, which is cool. I'm not leaving myself a lot of room for yellows and reds and pinks. Let's do yellows. Oh my god, yellow is the worst. Why did I put it on like the best bit of my eye? We're only going to do a little bit of yellow, I've decided. Good orange! This will make everything better. Such a big brush, but this is the orange brush that I use, so. The concealer is drying. Let's go into a pink. I'm going to do like a thicker line with the dark pink while this concealer is still wet, and then I can go in with the sort of crappy pale pink. I love the little dark edge of the pink. I think that's what makes it look kind of watercolour. I need to try and do that along all the other edges. Right, I need to make a little something in here for purple. Let's do the dark edge first then, again. This feels like the kind of look you should have a setting spray for, but I don't own one. So I like what the dark lines up here are doing. I'm going to try and do that down here with these little individual brushes. So I'm going to go and find a darker green. Right in the middle of my forehead. Great. I think just adding darker bits on the edges is giving it depth, which I like. I think the only way I can give the yellow any sort of edge is to put a little bit of orange in it. I'm going to try using this little thin... Oh my god, am I going to do what they do on YouTube like this? Ah! Okay, the little thin brush. Oh, I can't believe I just did that. Okay, I mean it's not bad, right? It's not amazing, but I'm kind of okay with it. Do the other side now. Okay, slightly different, less artistic looking pattern on this side, but whatever. I think I'm not going to do blue. I don't think I'm going to do the colours in exactly the same places. I might rotate them around a little bit. I don't think this makeup is very good for you. Wow, it's quite cheap. My eyes are burning slightly. Don't try this at home. This eye is much stronger than my left eye without my glasses, so I feel like this eye, plus it's closer to the mirror, has a better chance. Yeah, I definitely feel like this eye is blending better. I'm enjoying this because it reminds me of actual painting, which I haven't done in a long time, but I really love. Orange, 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 orange. Aren't you glad you're watching this? No one's slick as Gaston, no one's quick as Gaston, no one's next as incredibly thick as Gaston. There's a specimen, yes, I'm intimidated. I love this edge with the pink that I've gotten. Because I've got such a light pink and a dark pink to play with, it's easier to do that. The rest of my colours don't really have a great range in shade, but I'm going to give it a good go to try and create a little bit more of this. I'm now feeling like this is starting to look like a flower. The lines have started making it look like petals instead of paint. So, I don't know if I should do a couple of tiny little splashes. I don't know if I like it. That might have been a mistake. Oh, and now the red is coming off of this brush. It's all going wrong. No, I don't think I like the spots. Do I take them off? I think I'm going to stop touching it because I'm just going to make it worse. I don't know whether I should put eyeliner on or not, or just mascara. I've got a white eyeliner. I think that could work. Ooh, that stings. Okay, gonna stop using that before I blame myself. So I think yes to mascara. I think it needs it. And then the question is, what do I do on my lips? Do I do the same? Eyelashes. So I think, do I just leave the lips as they are, or do them even just like old school style, leave them sort of foundation on them and just have it be eyes, or do I do colour on the eyes as well? Okay, so I can't find any examples apart from actual watercolours, so I'm gonna just try and copy a watercolour painting and see how we get on. I am gonna need to buy more concealer. Very 2003. Oof, lordy. Done! Pink in the middle, right? I feel it. So I've sort of done vague shapes, like I'm not going to follow the shape of my lips because I feel like it should be like a paint splatter. Oh my god, it disappears so quickly on your lips. The concealer just doesn't stay wet at all. Why can't I keep track of where my brushes are? So I think what I should really be doing is keeping the dark on the inside and not focusing so much on the outside for this one. I really don't want to put any more concealer on my mouth, so I'm just like, no, I'm just waiting. Yeah, I definitely don't like the adding of extra bits. Okay. Not bad, right? I mean, it's a bit clown. And I think having it run down maybe would be more watercolour-y than this, which is looking quite sort of neon shimmer at the moment, but I'm not, you know, I'm not too unhappy with it. Let's neaten the brows and then we're done. It really does make me look like a sad clown. Boo. But oh well. It also makes my teeth look hella yellow. Ugh. So glad I did this. Okay, hair is down. I've got my vaguely watercolour-y top on now. And yeah, I think I'm done. So I hope that was interesting, if not mildly entertaining, and that you have some idea of how to paint your face watercolour-ish. Yes. You might ask, what does this have to do with hen parties, Sherrie from How to Hen? Well, mostly it was a precursor to the crafting with cocktails that I'm about to film, which is an excellent piece of watercolour based decor that you can use at your hen party for your venue decoration. However, you could also use this handy video as one of the games that I list on How to Hen called Tutorial Time, which involves basically getting people to follow along with and or memorise a makeup tutorial of your choice and getting them to recreate it themselves and see who does the best job. Now granted, this wasn't really a tutorial because I didn't tell you all that much, but I figure, you know, you get the drift. And hey, maybe that's part of the fun, right? Right? I just wanted to do watercolour makeup, okay? Anyway, if you enjoyed and you want to see more of this sort of stuff, plus crafting with cocktails, plus me reacting to bride related things, plus helpful lists, guides, walkthroughs of my blog, whatever, please hit subscribe and you can turn the little bell on because I only post once a week so you won't get lots of spam. Alright, do let me know in the comments if you've given this a go or if you have anything to add. Things that I would probably change. I think I would leave the lips. I don't hate them, but I think they weren't really necessary and they do make it look a bit clownish. I also didn't want to do the sort of running because I thought that would be too much for the next video because this is so subtle. So maybe I would do a couple of like runs, especially down the sort of tear mark. I also think it's maybe a bit too bright and that it needs watered down literally in places to be watercolour. I think maybe it's a little bit too bold, which is ironic because I was worried about it not being bold enough. But you live, you learn. I think I might try this again in the future but with face paint so that I can actually physically paint it on because I think I might be more adept to making it look sharp and more light watercolour paint in places than I can with the makeup that I have and the makeup brushes that I have. In the meantime, happy henning everybody. Love you, bye!